rabbit at the bird feeder.
Alright, we just came to Route 7. If I would go east, it would take me back to Terra Alta. We're going to go west, hang a left here, and head up towards Kingwood. Alright, so I got back from West Virginia last night. That was kind of a...
I was on a ride and a big owl flew over our head and he's sitting there looking at us. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. No, that's it. Real quick, a big shout out to a couple of my old military buddies. They've had some crappy weather this past week. TJ lives up in Prince Edward Island, and Corey lives in Colorado. Our high today is supposed to be 86. And I'm not gonna apologize for my attire. Hopefully you guys have some warm weather soon. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Salty Country. Today I'm going to get out here and try to finish up this stone on the slope side of the building. As you can see, I've got the tractor up here. We'll take a look at what my plan is and see if it's going to work. Got the tractor warming up, but I've got this old scoop and it needs some repair, but I think I can turn the tractor around so I can back down the side, kind of in front of the bobcat down that side there, and bring the excavator right in here and just scoop and put a load of stone in there and then back it out, dump it, and come back. So that's the plan. Hopefully it works. Let's get busy. how far these tricks seem to go. Got about 10 feet or so. Not too bad. It'll take a minute, but we'll continue on. All right, we got 13 loads. These first 3 are spread out here. And I think I can make this work with these other 10, so not bad. Definitely beats doing this with a wheelbarrow. You're a hawk. Got a hawk close. All right, I'm gonna spread this out and see how I did. All right, mission accomplished. All right, so let me explain a little bit. This side of the building and the other side, I'm not gonna start out with gutters. So my roof is gonna drain directly down on the ground. So I wanted stone around this so that it don't splatter this red dirt up on the siding of the building. So that's a good start. I'm probably going to clean up this edge. I'm gonna get some slope matting and put slope matting all along the slope over here. Sow some seed, and then this side right here will be complete. We must have had some high winds Friday night. I mowed the grass out by the driveway and it blew over a dead tree into the yard where I mowed. So I got to go out there and get that cleaned up before I mow again. Also, I've decided that this tree's coming out. It's all the limbs are on that side, so if it broke, it would go that way, but I don't want it to like split somewhere and kick back into the building. So that one's going away. I'm going to cut that tree right there and those two right there. And then I can drop this one right down in there. So that's the plan. I don't know if I'll get to that today, but that's something I got to do before the shop's in. Let's walk around real quick on the slab. Take a look at the control joint, see if we see any cracking that shouldn't be here. Axel and Addie's out here doing their normal playing, aggravating each other, but I guess it's not aggravating if they enjoy doing it. So, all right, so it looks pretty good. I did have some tiny cracking develop over here on the porch. Let's see, let's look right here. I think there's a piece of reinforcing wire that's a little closer to the top, but it's just a small hairline crack. I got a few of them on the porch only, mainly in this section. So I think it's probably the wire was a little too close to the top. But anyway, I'm pleased. I still have to get over here and knock down a couple piles. I got to get those 3 block moved. The last episode, if you didn't see it, that was the chicken coop episode. It's interesting. Yeah, the chicken coop project was a success, but it had a lot of factors that it could have went horribly wrong. But we got it in. It's chickens are enjoying it, and Melody's enjoying it. She can get the eggs easier, and we're getting anywhere from 7 to 9 eggs a day, and she's selling eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. Remember, if you like our content, subscribe, share it with your friends. We'll see you on the next one. I'm gonna hang out a minute so you can hit the subscribe button. You still got time.